SpaceX is at the forefront of the space travel industry. But SpaceX wasn't what it is today now. It is safe to say that SpaceX rose from the ground, and SpaceX achievements include many firsts, and its missions are to be credited for that. Elon Musk founded SpaceX in 2002 with the goal of reducing space transportation costs, and it is rocking it. Hello guys, and welcome back to Techmo. Today in this video, make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video to know what these missions are. Before we start, just a reminder that these missions are in chronological order, and a mission above another mission does not dictate its level of importance, because all of them are equally important. Number 1. Falcon 1 mission to orbit, September 28, 2008. The Falcon 1, SpaceX's first orbital launch vehicle, was developed with private funds. The Falcon 1 was a two-stage to orbit small lift launch vehicle that could be used multiple times. Falcon 1's entire development cost was in the range of $90 million to $100 million. SpaceX declared in 2005 that it would pursue a human-rated commercial rocket program through the end of the decade, which would subsequently become the Dragon spacecraft. NASA chose SpaceX in 2006 to provide personnel and cargo resupply demonstration contracts to the International Space Station as part of the Commercial Orbital Transportation Services, or COTS program. The U.S. Department of Defense acquired the first two Falcon 1 launches as part of a program to examine new U.S. launch vehicles suitable for use by DARPA. The rocket's first three launches between 2006 and 2008 all failed, nearly putting the company out of business. Tesla Motors financing also had failed, and as a result, Tesla, SolarCity, and Musk were all on the verge of going bankrupt at the same time. Because of the stress, Musk was said to be waking up from nightmares, screaming, and in physical pain. When the first successful launch was achieved on the fourth try on September 28, 2008, the financial position began to improve. Musk split his remaining $30 million between SpaceX and Tesla, and in December, NASA awarded SpaceX the first Commercial Resupply Services, or CRS, contract, saving the company financially. Following its second successful and fifth overall launch in July 2009, the Falcon 1 was retired, allowing SpaceX to focus its resources on the building of a larger orbital rocket, the Falcon 9. Number 2. Dragon mission to Space Station, May 25, 2012. SpaceX COTS Demo Flight Number 2, or COTS 2, commonly known as Dragon C2+, was the uncrewed Cargo Dragon spacecraft's second test flight. It was launched in May 2012 on the company's two-stage Falcon 9 launch vehicle's third mission. The trip was the second Dragon demonstration mission in the COTS program, and it was made possible by a NASA-funded agreement. The COTS program's goal is to develop and demonstrate commercial cargo resupply options for the International Space Station. Since the termination of the Space Shuttle program, the Dragon C2+ spacecraft was the first American vehicle to visit the International Space Station. It was also the first commercial spacecraft to meet up with another spacecraft and dock. On May 22nd of 2012, the Dragon C2+ successfully launched from Cape Canaveral. During the first 3 days of the mission, all the COTS 2 objectives were completed successfully. The COTS 3 phase of the mission began on May 25th when Dragon reconnected with the ISS and was successfully captured by the Canadarm2. The robotic arm was used to berth it to the station later that day. The astronauts discharged cargo and then reload Dragon with Earthbound goods during their nearly 6-day visit. Dragon deberthed from the ISS on May 31st, and its capsule landed in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of California, where it was recovered. All of the mission's objectives were met, and the Falcon 9 Dragon system was certified to begin regular cargo delivery missions to the International Space Station under the CRS program. Number 3. First rocket landing success, December 21, 2015. The successful landing of the first stage at Landing Zone Number 1 close to the launch site was the outcome of a 5-year technology development program to produce a reusable launch system, and it happened during a flight test after the primary launch mission. Following the separation of the second stage, SpaceX executed the 8th of its controlled booster descent tests of the spent first stage, the first with a landing target location on land, and the first ever successful landing. Prior to this flight, SpaceX attempted a vertical landing and booster recovery twice before failing to recover the rocket. The company's goal of developing a reusable rocket system that would greatly reduce the cost of putting payloads into orbit was achieved with the success of Flight Number 20. Falcon 9's Flight Number 20 was the first launch of the Falcon 9 full thrust, a significantly enhanced Falcon 9 launch vehicle. It was used to launch 11 Orbcomm OG-2 satellites into orbit. The launch was also remarkable because it was the first since a Falcon 9 version 1.1 launch vehicle's second stage failed catastrophically on Falcon 9 Flight Number 19 in June 2015. Before we move on to the next SpaceX mission on our list, we would appreciate it if you give the video a thumbs up if you are enjoying it. Please also consider sharing and subscribing to the channel. That would be fantastic. Number 4. First operational crewed mission for NASA, November 15, 2020. In May 2020, SpaceX achieved a major milestone when two NASA astronauts, Doug Hurley and Bob Behnken, were successfully launched into orbit on a Crew Dragon spacecraft during Crew Dragon Demo Number 2, making SpaceX the first private company to send astronauts to the International Space Station and marking the first crewed orbital launch from American soil in 9 years. The flight took off from Kennedy Space Center Launch Complex 39A in Florida, and it is one of the most important missions for SpaceX. SpaceX's valuation soared to $46 billion on August 19 of 2020, following a $1.9 billion funding round, one of the greatest single fundraising pushes by any privately held company. In February 2021, SpaceX secured an additional $1.61 billion in a stock round from 99 investors, valuing the company at over $420 per share, bringing its total valuation to around $74 billion. SpaceX has raised more than $6 billion in equity financing by 2021. The majority of the funds generated since 2019 have gone toward operationalizing the Starlink satellite constellation, as well as developing and manufacturing the Starship launch vehicle. SpaceX's market capitalization had climbed to $100.3 billion by October 2021. By 2021, SpaceX had signed deals with Google Cloud Platform and Microsoft Azure to offer Starlink with on-ground computing and networking capabilities. And number 5. Inspiration4 Mission to Orbit September 2021. Inspiration4 was a human spaceflight mission launched by SpaceX in 2021 on behalf of Shift4 Payments CEO Jared Isaacman. It was the first private citizen-only manned spacecraft to orbit the Earth. The Crew Dragon Resilience was launched from Kennedy Space Center's Launch Complex 39A at 00:02:56 UTC on September 16, 2021, atop a Falcon 9 launch vehicle. It successfully placed the Dragon spacecraft into low Earth orbit, and the mission ended when the Resilience splashed down in the Atlantic Ocean on September 18, 2021 at 23:06:49 UTC. The trip was part of a humanitarian endeavor on behalf of St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. The mission promoted St. Jude Children's Research Hospital and gathered funds for it. The crew and mission aimed to generate more than $100 million for St. Jude's childhood cancer research. Isaacman and his wife Monica gave a personal donation of $125 million to St. Jude, while contributions from SpaceX founder Elon Musk was $55 million, and many others raised more than $243 million, significantly above the initial target amount. Isaacman was in charge of the mission. Haley Arsenax and Christopher Sambrowski were chosen by the hospital. Cyan Proctor was chosen as a pilot by Shift4. The mission coincided with the 55th anniversary of Gemini 11, which reached an apogee of 1,368 kilometers in September 1966. The highest Earth orbit ever accomplished by a crewed aircraft. The Inspiration4 mission reached an orbital altitude of roughly 585 kilometers, the highest since STS-103 in 1999, and the 5th highest in human spaceflight history. In comparison, the International Space Station is located at a distance of 408 kilometers. It came to a close with the first crewed splashdown in the Atlantic Ocean since 1969's Apollo 9. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. Let us know your thoughts about these awesome missions in the comment section down below. Until next time.